all acknowledge that, and we're making progress on that front, but that alone doesn't do it. So if we want to actually deal with the deficit, we've got to look at the other side of the ledger. Do we want to keep these tax cuts for the wealthiest Americans, or do we want to keep investing in everything else, like education, like clean energy, like a strong military, like caring for our veterans who are coming home from Iraq and Afghanistan? We can't do both. We can't do both. So what I've said is, let's follow the Buffett rule. If you make more than $1 million a year, you should pay a tax rate of at least 30%. Which, by the way, is lower than you would have been paying under Ronald Reagan. Nobody's talking about anything crazy here. On the other hand, if you make less than $250,000 a year, which 98% of all Americans do, then your taxes shouldn't go up. I think that's a fair approach. And a lot of folks have been running around saying, well, that's class warfare. Asking a billionaire to pay at least as much as the secretary in taxes, that's just common sense. And I promise you, if we make this change, Warren Buffett will be doing fine. I will be doing fine. Scott will be doing fine. We don't need more tax breaks. You're the ones who've seen your wages and your income stall while the cost of everything from groceries to college to health care have been going up. You're the ones who deserve a break. And I want to make one last point. We do not begrudge success in America. We aspire to it. We want everybody to succeed. We want everybody to be rich. We want everybody to be working hard, making their way, creating new products, creating new services, creating jobs. That's the American way. We don't shy away from financial success. We don't apologize for it. But what we do say is, when this nation has done so much for us, shouldn't we be thinking about the country as a whole? When Americans talk about folks like me paying their fair share of taxes, it's not because they envy the rich. Just yesterday, Bill Gates said he agrees with me that that Americans who can't afford it should pay their fair share. I promise you, Bill Gates does not envy the rich. He doesn't envy wealthy people. This has nothing to do with envy. It has everything to do with math. It's what I talked about earlier. We've got to make choices. Americans understand, if I get a tax break I don't need, and a tax break the country can't afford, then one of two things are going to happen. Either it's going to add to our deficit, right? Or somebody else is going to have to make up the difference. Senior suddenly is going to have to start paying more for their Medicare. Or a student is going to have to pay more for their student loan. Or a family that's trying to get by, they're going to have to do with less. And that's not right. That's not who we are. Each of us is only here because somebody, somewhere, felt a responsibility to each other and to our country and helped to create all this incredible opportunity that we call the United States of America. Now it's our turn to be responsible, and it's our turn to leave an America that is built to last for the next generation. That's our job, and we can do it. We can do it. We can do it. And I know we can do it because I've seen in states like Nevada and with people like you that I meet all across this country, you understand the history of this country, generations of Americans working together, looking out for each other, living by the idea that we rise or fall together. Those are the values we have to return to. You know, I mentioned praise for our military in the State of the Union.